you have alcoholic friends like I do and you want to build one of these, kind of show off a little bit, you can build one, or you can win one for free. I'll show you here in a minute. Okay, so we're starting the video off kind of bad. I didn't record the material, but alright, whatever. You're gonna need 3 rods and 6 horseshoes. Make sure they're all the same size horseshoes. Whatever, get over it. Nah, I'm just kidding. So here we're just using the angle iron on the table, and I'm just gonna use my speed square. Once again, I'm using the crap out of it, so go ahead and get one. We're gonna set it to 550, and once we get ready, we are going to tack it. Remember, always lube up, not that kind of lube up, cochinos. You're gonna see what I'm gonna do in a minute. So we got it nice and firm, nice and straight. We're just gonna tack it right now, and we're gonna weld it here in a minute. But let's just tack it. Nothing, no big deal. Whatever. Now we're adding our third piece on the bottom. We're using our angle iron once again. I'm telling you guys, this is a charm. Let's use this over and over again. We're gonna make sure it's nice and tight, and then we're gonna tack this side as well. Try to use both angle irons, that way the bottom is flush and your beer stand can look even better. And that should be somewhat your end product. Bottom is flush. These rods are different sizes, but we're gonna fix that here in a minute. But that's what you should have for now. So we like what we tacked, so let's go ahead and weld it. You don't need to weld everything. You just need to weld maybe like 2 inches every other piece. Excuse me. And you should be fine. Won't be nothing too complicated. Well, I guess I didn't forget, there's a 6 horseshoes. And in my previous video, we used diamond. We're going to use the same ones. That way we know we got the center mark, which is right there, right in the diamond. And it should kind of look something like this. Fuck it. Then you're going to put it in the middle of the 2 rods. That way you know it's kind of center. Kind of, sort of. Fuck it. And here's the setup with the C-clamp. That way it doesn't move. And we're good. Let's go ahead and give it a little tack. Once again, we're using the speed square. Just look at that, straight as a square. Once again, we're using these magnets. They're Harbor Freight. They're pretty cheap and they work like a charm. They work really good for what I'm using them for. We're gonna use it on this right now, and we're just gonna sort of weld it that way. We don't want to weld the bottom because we don't want it to get lopsided, but we can weld the sides and we should be good. And with my foot, that should be your end product. I'm going to try to put the next one on. We're going to use our magnet again. So this is the setup I have on my table. Remember, centerpiece goes in between the rods, and you should be good. So now we can go ahead and tack this on. Now let's put the level, make sure our outsides are level. Level, we like it, awesome. Now we like it, let's go ahead and just weld it on there. Vamos! Now let's get this third piece on there. We don't really need the magnet anymore for this one. We're just gonna make sure it's level, and let's give it a little tack right now. So let's say we like it, we put our level and everything. Now we're just gonna weld it on there. Now we're getting ready to put the bottle opener. Just put it in a flat surface where we haven't welded on yet. We need to have the setting on to the proper gauge 2. So as you saw there, it was 340, so we're going to put it on 3 and 40. That way we don't burn through the middle. Now after we're done, it should look something kind of close to this, I guess. We're just tacking it right now. We'll weld it here in a minute. Let's go ahead and just weld this bad boy on there. So that's what you should have, the bottom opener and the bottom horseshoes. Now we need to cut these. All I used was a grinder and a cutting wheel. There's really much to it. Like I said, these rods were different sizes, but I mean they're not too much off. Let's go ahead and just cut them. So here's the setup for the first horseshoe on top. I just used a flat part on that 90 magnet, and really this part is really repetitive, and for the video's sake I'm just gonna show you how to do it once and you can just repeat it after that. There's really not much to it, but that's a setup, and we're gonna go ahead and tack it. Now that we have it where we liked it tacked, now we're just gonna go ahead and weld it. There's not much to it. You're just gonna weld the horseshoe to the rods. Make sure they're center. Also, we are using diamonds, so use the same setup as we did with the bottom horseshoes, and you should be fine. Let's go ahead and weld it. So like I said, for the video's sake, you just do that 3 times and you should be good. Now we're gonna measure from the bottom. Just measure right here. I put like 1.5, but I really should have put like 2, maybe 2 and 2 1/4. But I put 1.5, which I guess looks fine, but I recommend maybe 2, 2 1/4. This is gonna be the flat part, and I'm gonna show you how to cut this here in a minute. Here's that flat piece. I measured around the edge of the horseshoe, the longest part of it, which is around 6 inches. I went ahead and just marked all 3 so I can just cut them and just make it quicker. But there's 3 marks there. They're each 6 inches long. If you want to make yours a little bit shorter, that's fine. I just made mine this long because it's around the same length as the longest part of the horseshoe. This is for the bottom to where the actual beer is gonna sit. And here's your 3 pieces right there. Beautiful. I think this piece was like 1.5 inches, and we're gonna go right down the center, which would be 3/4. This is for the center mark. This between the rods, just like the horseshoes did. That way it's just centered out. So we got 3/4. That's center right there, roughly. Now, once again, we're gonna use that speed square. We're gonna mark it as far as we can. We don't need to mark the whole thing, but we can just mark it like kind of halfway. That's a good indicator. That way, it can make it easier for us to spot it in between the rods. Once again, we're using that magnet 90. Just make sure it's level on both sides. Make sure 90 is good, and you should be pretty set. Now that we gave it a good tag, let's go ahead and just weld it. that's what it should look like by when you're done. Just go ahead and repeat that twice and you should be good. And that should be your end product. Not too bad. Baboso. So let's go ahead and just grind these sharp edges. That way we just make it a little bit safer. And there we go. Nice and safe. Just do that 2 more times and you should be good. So after you do that, that should be your end product. And we should be done. All we gotta do now is just sand it. Here's my sanding disc. Now let's go ahead and just sand it. And we're gonna use some of this tan matte color, I guess. And let's go ahead and just spray paint it. I use some of these rags I bought from Lowe's. They're kind of cheap, but oh well, they work fine. So now I just flipped it over and I'm going to paint this side. This is good, so that way if I miss some parts I can see it from another angle. You should always try to cover everything, that way you don't miss any spots and it looks flawless and you don't gotta go back and paint anything. We should be pretty much done with painting by now. Now it comes to the tedious part. Usually the hardest part is the decorating, but this will make it look nicer. You need a hot glue gun and some of this, what would you call it, yarn? I don't fucking know. But you can get this at Hobby Lobby. I'm in my chonies, don't make fun of me. And I'm gonna show you how to wrap this around. But this can be at your liking. The color can be at your liking as well. It's all up to you. If you don't want to put this on there, you don't have to put this on there. I just did. I'm gonna show you how to do this right here, right now. So you want to start off by wrapping it a little bit. If I can get it on there. Ah, que cabrón tan puñetas. So you want to wrap it a little bit and then get the hot glue gun. If my crummy ass can get it. You want to hot glue gun one side to it. And here's where we just hot glue gun one side. And you're going to want to keep it on there for a minute. So it dries or it cools down. Excuse me. You might burn your fingers a few times. But like I said, for the video's sake, I'm just going to say you could do this repetitive. It's the same thing over and over again. However you want to measure it, I just measured it on the holes where the nail goes in the horseshoe. However, you can put it as much as you want. And I'll show you here the end product right in a minute. Now let's go ahead and just hot glue this side down. And you're gonna let it dry. That way it can get nice and stiff, and then we're good. Now it's nice and dry. I recommend some scissors, but I didn't have any, so let's cut it off with a knife. And there should be end product right here. Oh shit. Alright, so you want to repeat this with all the other ones, and then we're going to wrap the bottom here. I'll show you here in a minute. Just a heads up, if you thought that was a pain in the ass, this is a real pain in the ass. But I'm going to show you some shortcuts here on how to do this. God man, look at my crummy ass and my chonies. Shit like this sucks for an impatient motherfucker like me. If you're impatient, I feel the pain. It's all good though, it's gonna look great.
got the gist of it. This is another way to do it. You just cut a longer piece and you just wrap it around. We just did it up this time. Either way, it's a pain in the ass. This can also be at your liking. If you don't want to put this, that's fine. I just put it on there. But it's just the way to do it, I guess. But you just want to repeat that twice or as many times as you want. And that should be your end product. If some of the ends are kind of loose, because some of these were, you just go back and you redo it. Excuse me, I need some Vicks. And you should be fine. So that should be your end product. Here. Now keep watching, I'm going to show you how you can win it.
Well, as promised, this is a giveaway. It's pretty tall, so it might take me a little bit to find a box if you do win it and you are in town. This is free, but now you know how to make your own. It's not really too complicated. As I said, the color can be at your liking, or this can be at your liking if you want it or not. It's yours, but this will be a giveaway. It's about what, 3 feet, 4 feet tall, and it's pretty cool, man. I kind of want to keep it, but no, I mean, it's for one of you guys. So yeah, so you gotta be subscribed. You have to comment "I want it," and you could win. Have a chance to win it, and one lucky winner will get this bottle opener, and 3, holders of beer, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, so man, I got a new, what's it got, light ring or something. And so yeah, hopefully I look pretty good. Bubbles. And at that, I have a surprise for you guys. A little drum roll. Yeah, I got a shirt. Oh fuck, how am I gonna do this? I didn't plan it out. But see my shirt. It has the Decor, and then it has Babu Su and the exclamation points. Yeah, we're getting some new shirts. Getting some merch. I only have one right now, but we'll get some soon. Bubbles. And I might put shit on the back now. I didn't know when I made the shirt. I don't know you can put shit in the back. I'll put some shit in the back. Yeah, but hopefully this starts hitting off. And I know you probably saw me in my chonies. I don't wear my chonies. Those are some thermals that I have to wear for work because it's fucking cold. Fuck the cold. I don't like the cold. So yeah, we're getting some new shirts. Giveaway. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to comment. And